to find a little earring thing, so this is going to take me a minute. I guess I could hold them, but I want to show you. There is an earring. Sorry, Rock, I needed to put this on a little thingy. So let me just show you this. Okay. So let me show you. Okay, so here's what we have for you. This is, again, talking about incredible values. This ring, this isn't my size, but this is a gorgeous trillion cut Tanzanite ring. It's $100 off today. Are the earrings also $100? How much are the earrings? The earrings are also $99. I have to get these. These are $99. These are incredible. These are unbelievable for $99.90. Don't wait, order fast. And the earrings, I did not realize they took $80 off my earrings. Guys, if you want those earrings, look you cannot get trillion stones, that size, that color, in a million years for $99.90. Tanzanite is the rarest gem on earth. It is 1,000 times more rare than a diamond. It is a one-source gemstone. They are rapidly becoming extinct. And again, so there's the ring. Wow! I don't know how many of these we have. I bet it's not a lot. So you might want to get a head start here. And then look at the earrings. Oh my gosh. Everybody has to come to their TV and see that. Look at the size of those trillion. You can't even buy the loose stones. I mean, seriously, look at the size of those stones. I don't have a carat weight handy, but those are big. Those are not little chips. Oh my goodness, each stone is a 75-point solitaire. So if you have ever wanted to own a beautiful Tanzanite stud, and I have to tell you, one of the big trends from the JCK Jewelry Show, you're seeing a lot more, instead of like the shoulder duster earrings, you're seeing a lot more classic, you're seeing a lot more stud style earrings. Women are gravitating back to these beautiful classic styles. Boy, if you have ever wanted to own a pair of Tanzanite studs, I've never, ever seen a better value at $99.90. That's unbelievable. Good luck. And that ring, I'm sorry, but to get that beautiful ring for $99.90, forget it.